Offset knows he got lucky and that the Lil TJ shooting could have been worse.
Andy?
I don't know, man. You only got shot 6 days ago. And that was in Florida. And now you're here in LA. How the hell did you even get here? Like,
You know, we gotta keep pushing like the Energizer Bunny, man. Keep this shit pushing.
like,
Got time to be slowing down?
I mean, you got shot and then you spent a day in the hospital. Then you were like, I'm going to do this concert. So you come out and you do the concert. This was legitimately 6 days ago. How did you get to LA with a hole in a second butthole?
You gotta go G5, sorry. Had him bring the bed out, lay on that thing for 6 hours, go to sleep. You cool.
I don't really know what to say. I don't even know how to ask you. Like, you got shot 6 days ago and you're here in LA back on your grind. And in between that, you did a concert. So, you gotta at least give me some insight into your mind.
Gladiator mentality, man, the show don't ever stop. At the end of the day, I was blessed enough to be able to still move, you know what I mean? So I'm still moving. I ain't really, I didn't really have a checklist for it. I just...
Or when you were on tour with Migos,
maybe I need to be ducked off a little bit more, locked in, working on my craft and figuring out what's my next move in the music. All the other shit was just like distractions and just getting in the way of just doing shit, being places, wrong place, wrong time. But we here, man. I'm pushing, man. At the end of the day, the grind don't stop, bro. I ain't want nobody to feel sorry for me or no shit like that. Like, people get shot every day, bro. Like, I'm blessed. I can keep pushing, so why would I just sit down? I gotta keep pushing, gotta keep going.
wait.
What's up, world? Your boy Charles Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Keep sending those cash apps to CLBMG. Join that membership. And all you buying that merch down below. Gang, listen. So Offset is speaking out and he knows he got lucky. He's saying a lot of good words, a lot of healthy words. Let's see if he stands on them. But at the end of the day, Offset knows that was a bad ending to a bad situation that didn't really need to happen. I want to have this conversation because we're seeing a man who is grown with several kids that are depending on him and counting on him to not be a fuck up. And I think that what Offset needs to understand is you're not going to be a good man if you don't put yourself in a good mind frame. I'm going to read this article because he actually spoke out on a podcast and it sounds like he learned a little bit, but we don't know if he learned enough. All right. Offset breaks his silence on the shooting after the alleged altercation with Lil TJ by Gabriel Braz Navarez for the hotnewhiphop.com website. Offset fortunately recovered well from being shot a few weeks ago, and his broken silence on the matter follows Lil TJ's confusion. Because Lil TJ is kind of confused as to why he's being blamed to be the shooter, which he's saying that Offset said at the time in that casino when he got shot that you shot me. He said Offset was screaming, you shot me, called him a snitch. They ended up letting Lil TJ go. Remember when that video footage came out and they both were on the ground, and I believe Seti Nash, the YouTuber, said that Lil TJ got knocked out by an Offset fan and Offset was shot by somebody in the entourage. There's a whole lot of things going on, but at the time of this recording, I believe Lil TJ is not charged as the shooter. Okay, let me continue. Offset has been dealing with a lot of narratives about him following his Hard Rock casino shooting, which allegedly followed an altercation with Lil TJ. Some of these relate to gambling addiction allegations and debt accusations. And it seems like we might get answers to many questions around this situation soon. So Offset allegedly borrowed in his time of need, right? He was destitute around in the casino, scrounging, trying to get somebody, according to Lil TJ, to cash app him. And some lady he didn't know or did know, TJ wasn't sure, but some elderly woman, older woman, gave him $5,000, which he quickly burned through. So then he turned to TJ, and TJ allegedly gave him $5,000. He burnt it, then gave him another $5,000. So he ended up owing Lil TJ $10,000, and TJ thought he was good for it because this is Offset of the Migos. That's where it starts. Now, we're unclear as to where it took a turn when Offset eventually told him take it in blood, but it seems like he took so long to pay Lil TJ started to get a little agitated. And when people think you playing with their money, they get a little funny, right? Back in the day, I had this dude from New York, and he was like, we had won a contest of mine. I did a contest on MySpace back in the day, and he started getting a little antsy. Oh, it was to put his video on WorldStar. It was one of them contests I was going to put your video on WorldStar, and I guess I was taking too long, and he thought I was playing with his money. So in no uncertain terms, was like, listen, I need to make my best move, my next move, my best move, homie. Like, if you playing with my money, this, that, and the third. End of the day, wasn't playing with his money. Shit just take time, right? So I know how it is when dudes get antsy. They think you playing with his money. So TJ thought he was playing with his money, and he started to out him on social media, okay? So end of the day, I ultimately put Homeboy's video on WorldStar, so that wasn't an issue, just so you know, just so the story da-da-da-da. But everything don't move at lightning speed, gang, okay? So end of the day, Lil TJ got a little agitated and a little concerned that his money was not going to make it back to him. So he started to out Offset. I believe it took 3 years before he really started saying things. And he was like, don't lend Offset no money. He's busted, da-da-da-da-da. Offset got wind of that. The DM started going, and they started talking about taking in blood. When they see you, it's on, it's popping, it's this, that, and the third. So one thing led to another. They was already publicly saying this, that, and the third. They meet up in the casino. I think Lil TJ went there on purpose. I'm going to be honest. I think because everybody knew Offset stayed there. Offset was photographed several times, videoed there. One of the fans took a video of Offset at the window, cashier's window, taking money out, asking for money from the cashier. And he was asking Offset for a picture. Offset declined him, which made him enraged. And he started screaming on Offset, talking about who you is, this, that, and the third, which is weird. Fans got to know, for one, you can't be putting people location. Rappers are getting killed behind that. So no, he can't take a picture with you for you to put the location, this, that, and the third. Maybe he could take a picture with you to say, okay, don't post this now. Don't say da-da-da-da. Maybe he could explain that better. But Offset was like, bro, I'm by myself. You put me in danger. I can't be on your live or nothing else like that. Offset declined him, and the fan got mad. Fans got to understand, these guys are not, this ain't like regular R&B singers, this, that, and the third. This ain't Britney Spears, gang. You put him on live saying he's here, he might have somebody come down like TJ did. And I'm not saying that TJ came down because of that, but they had to know that this will Offset is at a lot of times. So for one thing led to another. Offset and TJ allegedly met bumped into each other in the lobby of the Hard Rock Cafe, and words exchanged. Allegedly, Offset started swinging, and they started fighting, and somehow, some way, I believe that somebody in the entourage felt that the fight wasn't going their way, and one thing led to another. Somebody shot him. He got shot. They initially said he got shot in the ass, but he ended up getting shot in the hip, right? And he's saying he almost wasn't able to walk behind that, but he was. So long story short, for the people who don't know what happened, that's a rough account of what allegedly happened. Okay, let me continue. That's because okay. It seems we'll get some answers to the questions to this around the situation soon. That's because he recently broke his physical silence on the matter during a new interview with Creators Inc., caught by No Jumper on Instagram. Offset already released a post-hospital statement about the hip shooting, but these are his first in-person and public remarks about how he recovered and what his mind state is after this harrowing incident. Quote, "Gotta keep pushing," Seth remarked. "Gladiator mentality, man. The show don't ever stop at the end of the day. I was blessed enough to be able to still move, so I'm still moving. I need to be locked in, working on my craft and figuring out my next move in the music. All that other shit is just like distractions, getting in the way of doing shit, being in the wrong places at the wrong time. But here we are, man. I'm pushing, man. The grind don't stop, bro. I ain't want nobody to feel sorry for me or no shit like that. Please, people get shot every day, bro. I'm blessed to keep pushing. So why I should just sit down? I gotta keep pushing, gotta keep going." All of that is positive affirmation, but at the same time, wrong place at the wrong time. You were where you always are, right? You were at the casino that you're always at. So is that the wrong place? Is being in the casino at night the wrong time? I don't know if it was night or day, but what are we saying? Are you done with casinos? right? Are these footages of you going back to the casino, are those not legit? Some people are saying those are old footages, and people are trolls. People are awful because they're allegedly taking old footage of him from a year ago and saying Offset is back in the casino. But I did see a video of Offset, just gonna be honest, of you on one of the mobile scooters, right? You were on a mobile scooter, looked like the casino was in the background, Offset. So I'm just gonna be honest, it looked like you were back in the casino, barely able to walk through, and your homeboy had a mobile scooter too, it looked like. So I'm not sure if we're talking about the wrong place, wrong time, and you're saying that was the casino, but you were in the casino when you got shot. So if you're going to say in this affirmation of positivity that I'm just being in the wrong place at the wrong time, then you need to acknowledge that that place was the casino. And you might need to stay out of there, gang. Let me just leave it at that. Offset performed at a concert shortly after recovering from the shooting, which Creators Inc. also asked him about. However, there are still some lingering questions about the context of this frightening incident. So let me continue. They go on to say, Lil TJ recently addressed the Offset shooting during a Billboard interview. These guys are interviewing about these shootings. I ain't never seen so much interviews about illegal shit that's still cases still pending in my life. But let me continue. The two allegedly fought before the shooting due to debt. Quote, Set allegedly owed TJ, which led many to believe the New York rapper was involved. This, however, does not seem to be the case. Unquote. I don't know who they're quoting right there. Oh, they're using, they put a hypothesis over Set, where they're talking about Offset. All right, this is the quote. I'm just as concerned as everyone else about that, TJ shared. My lawyer told me not to touch it too much. What I can say is the album will really hit home for my fans, end quote. He previously called the former Migo a rat online, which was followed by trolls on social media from the Georgia MC. TJ was arrested on a disorderly conduct charge that night, and his attorney clarified he was not shot, not involved with the shooting, and not charged for it in any way. So these guys are right now, they're trying to fight this out in public, in the court of public opinion, without really giving you too much context. They're just saying little quips and this, that, and third. I'm lucky to be alive, this, that, and the third. I got to keep grinding, blah, blah, blah. Little TJ's like, my lawyer telling me not to say nothing, but my music going to speak for itself. So they're talking in code. They are doing what they need to do to keep pushing, and they're saying all the right things to stay out of jail and stay out of harm's way. But at the end of the day, look like Offset back in the casino, and it also looked like little TJ really not going to be giving you too much about Offset. I guess it's some type of wait and see situation, all right? But Offset is very lucky to be alive, because I told you in the last video, Sean Taylor of the Washington Redskins was shot in his leg, hit that artery, and he bled out. So just because it's not a wound to your heart or your head, you can catch a leg shot, a hip shot, and bleed out. They can't remove the bullet in time, or can't close the artery, this, that, and the third. So he is 100% lucky to be alive. Count your blessings, Offset. Take care of your family. Take care of them children. Stop bickering all the time with this girl online. And God knows. Respect your life. All of you dudes, man. Just gonna be honest. I'm gonna leave it at that, man. CLBMG. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental U.S. Also, every Wednesday night, we go live on the West Show. Me, TJ, and Fliz. Tap in. Go to my Patreon, Charles Brown Patreon. Got new videos up there, exclusive videos. Become a member. And last but not least, we got a new video called Peanut Butter Tims. Lock in, that's on my page. Search for Peanut Butter Tims, me, TJ, and Fliz. Good video, good album. The album is all on all streaming platforms. It's called The What Project. All right, I'm out of here, man. I'm gonna catch you on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim, and left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within, with the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin, with the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end, and then secured a spot with some goons and some kin, and then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking, and all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like Pats fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face, and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here, we ain't the cheese, we the trap.